Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Two Honks podcast, where the squeaky wheel always gets the honk. My name is Joe Little, and sitting across from me this fine evening is Lamar Costin. How are we this evening, Lamar Caston?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me. What episode are we on here?
44,
I want to say 44.
I think.
Welcome back to episode 44 of the Two Honks podcast.
Yes.
Being hosted in my absolutely gorgeous,
beautiful,
historic.
This
is a vintage, circa 1900
custom cabinets.
Valley of Darkness, Portland, Oregon. Electric oven,
bidet,
Alphabet District.
Bidet,
free garbage
comes with the apartment.
Illustrious homestead, minutes from downtown.
Beautiful custom furniture.
We got plaster walls. These are wood floors.
Small pets okay on landlord's approval.
Pets are free. There's no pet rent.
24-month lease. No deposit. Credit check required. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and I'm glad. I'm glad for you that you get to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I'm happy for me as well.
How are you doing?
I am doing much better now.
Good. Do you want to explain to our listeners and viewers what transpired?
So last week I caught what's going around, guys.
Caught the bug?
Caught the bug. I caught the old CVD.
I thought, didn't we decide that was all hoax?
A CVD-19.
And yet you caught it.
I think it's just the flu they're calling it. That's
right.
This thing.
You had the Rona.
Yeah. So I mean, it was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I think I get to call it an interesting experience because the most important aspect of it is that I didn't die.
You don't seem to be dead.
I'm not seeming to be dead. I've bounced back at this point.
Yeah.
And, honestly, I feel like it's COVID's been getting a bit of a bad rap.
Is that true?
But there's some goods. There's some goods that came out of it.
Okay.
On one of the nights, I ate far too much food.
Yeah.
And then woke up in the middle of the night vomiting.
Is that a side effect of the Rona, an increased appetite, munchies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was just my wife made this really delicious bread.
Yeah.
And I ate a lot of it. I ate a lot of it with this this clam chowder that she had made. So
okay.
It was quite good, but it was quite creamy and bready.
Right.
And that did not agree with my stomach in the middle of the night. And the other thing that I did that was a giant mistake was I drank an entire pot of coffee.
So you took a clam chowder base.
Yeah.
A creamy base, and then you poured coffee on top of that in your stomach.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Basically.
And then you just jump around a little bit?
Yeah, and I did, and there's creamer in the coffee, too.
Okay.
So ever since then, I've been drinking much less coffee, and that's a good thing.
That's a positive.
Because for a while, I was drinking a pot of caffeinated coffee, and then I would drink maybe 2 or 3 pots of decaf before I went to bed because of the lack of alcohol in my life.
Right.
Because I used to, just drink 9 beers and then go to bed.
Yeah.
But now that I can't do that anymore, I started to drink a lot of decaf, and COVID-19 helped me reduce my coffee consumption, even though I am enjoying a small cup right now. I think what I'm mainly realizing, and the important takeaway here, is that you don't need a fucking treat all the time. Okay?
Okay.
You don't have to have treats all the time.
Is that true?
You don't always need treats. It's okay to go without them sometimes.
Okay.
That's one thing that I've noted that's a positive out of this.
You tested positive for COVID, but you're talking about positive effects from the virus.
Positive effects from the virus. Yes.
I want to point out something that maybe we haven't discussed. And that's something that I find ironic is I think I was at your house in late December, just a few short weeks ago. And I can remember you saying multiple times that people who get the corona, the new version of the virus,
Yes.
have mild to no symptoms.
Yes.
I found it ironic then that you were quite ill.
Yes, I was taken quite ill, and I believe that maybe it was because of my statement
Do you think that God had
of such mild symptoms.
a hand in that and the vengeance thrown down upon you
Maybe so.
in that way?
Maybe so. I mean, my wife caught it as well. She had symptoms too that were a little bit more mild than mine, but I think
Okay.
the extremeness of my symptoms were a product of my own negligence, because you're not supposed to be drinking a ton of caffeine when you're sick.
Right.
It's not good for you, right?
Right.
You know, you're also not supposed to be eating a bunch of creamy things and like bread and like heavy foods when you're sick. You know,
Oh, okay.
you got to eat some crackers, you know,
Right.
drink some Gatorade,
Okay.
keep it light. And that's the other positive that came out of it, came out of the experience, is now I drink so much more water, just a ton of water.
Water's good for you.
Because after
that
that night where I drank too much caffeine and then I threw up all night, well, I needed something to sip on because I always need a treat. I have to have a
Right.
treat in my hands.
Where's my pretty little pet?
Yeah, exactly. Because I deserve it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a good person.
You deserve rewards all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So that reward became water and Gatorade, because
Okay.
I have this Gatorade powder that I mix up in a water bottle at home, and it is a yummy, tasty treat.
And I heard mercury is also in Gatorade this
Yes.
month.
So it's time to put Gatorade in the microwave because mercury's in Metro Gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take that down at home if you're listening, and go ahead and do that. Follow that
Mercury's
advice.
in Metro Gay. Put Gatorade in your microwave.
Do you ever, when I worked in the weed industry, we had what they called seed to sale,
Yes.
which is basically like tracking the plant from the seed you put in the ground or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It grows into a plant, and then it develops drugs, and then
Yes.
you harvest the drugs and you smoke them. That whole process is called seed to sale. Do you think that like with animals, we could come up with something that's like farm to face?
Farm to. I think.
As the baby is born,
Yeah.
from that process all the way into your mouth, there's like a continuous record.
From the time the baby is conceived.
You can track the whole thing as it goes into your face.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be something that we could do?
I think that's something that maybe they already do. It might just be called
Really?
something different.
Maybe we're not privy to that information,
Yeah.
but that's something that the farmers would know.
Maybe this is something that the government doesn't want us to know.
I might have just tapped into something.
Farm to face, because maybe the title is too triggering, you know?
It is quite shocking when you think about
Yeah.
putting an animal inside your mouth.
Yes.
Seems like this is something that I thought about when I kind of recently, but like in thinking about how meat is like sold to us as products, even
Yes.
from like a young age. My first introduction was fish sticks, which is like, these are sticks. They're not fish.
Yes.
They're little sticks that like fit perfectly in my face.
Yes.
And then we have like chicken nuggets. It's not a chicken, it's a nugget.
Yes.
It's like this way of like branding the food, the animal as a product instead of thinking of it as like a living animal.
Okay.
I think, and like hamburgers are another thing. It's like a unit. I want 4 hamburgers. You're not thinking of like,
You're not
What's-
eating 4 cows.
you're not eating 4 cows. How many hamburgers do you get out of a cow? Like
Yeah.
at least 4, right?
Yeah, you can get at least 4 hamburgers out of a cow.
But nobody thinks like, oh, I just killed 4 cows to feed my family,
yeah.
because it's like a hamburger is a product
Yeah,
or
exactly.
a taco.
It puts a little bit of a division between you
Yeah.
and the life of that animal.
It kind of separates the animal and then the killing of the animal before it goes into your face.
Yeah.
So like maybe the farm to face thing would like remove the filter there
Yeah.
and let you see it as it's coming towards your mouth. You could see are they galloping towards your face?
Would that be like a back of the house thing? Like something that the farmers talk about? They talk about the farm
yeah.
to face.
I bet that if you had
What's the farm to face ratio on these steaks?
right,
You know?
if you raised your own animals and slaughtered them and ate them, I bet you know the farm to face ratio.
Yeah.
That's something that I kind of want to know
Yeah.
as a consumer.
Well, maybe farm to face isn't exactly something that one person keeps track of, because farm to slaughter is probably something that a farmer would keep track of.
But then it's
You
like
know?
it changes form and then it becomes like mashed into a paste. Isn't
Yeah.
that how they do it? They take it and they mash it into a paste and then form it into whatever
Yeah.
shapes that fit into the mouth,
Yes.
right?
Well, I mean, they form it into,
I'm not a food scientist, by the way. I'm just putting that out there.
like beef. If you get a big old thing of like chuck beef, it's like a big
Big ol' honk.
thing.
Yeah.
Like that. It's a honk.
It's a
honky.
two-hand honk.
It's a two-hand honky.
Yeah, you're holding it up like that.
And you then take that honk and you make the patties, or you make the chicken nuggets, or the whatever you want to do with it.
Whatever animal shape you want to make.
And then it becomes a facial thing.
It has to be the right shape to fit into a mouth.
Yeah.
It has to like fit in the face.
Yeah, farm to front, farm to storefront, because I mean it's not necessarily farm to face because nobody's eaten it yet. Because when it gets bought from the store, you might put it in your face several days later. The farmer
That's true.
who, bred the cow, they don't know how many days the cow sat in the store.
It's better if you put it right in your mouth, though, I've heard.
Yeah.
If you don't wait, because if you wait, then it's not as good.
Yes.
You want it to go straight in even before it's done living, right?
Yeah. You want it to still be bleeding
Or moving,
a
right?
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
moving,
understanding.
preferably.
I don't
you
know.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I don't know.
It's very interesting.
I wanted to run an idea by you because it's been something that's bugging me at work.
Okay.
We have a smoking area outside that the owner of the building has put a sign up to let everybody know that's where you're supposed to smoke.
Yes.
And the sign says designated smoking area. That's what the sign says, and it has a picture of a cigarette. And my problem with that is that it's redundant saying designated smoking area. It should just say smoking area.
Yeah.
And this bugged me so much, I went to my boss and I said, hey, why does that say designated smoking area?
Yeah.
He's like, because that's the designated smoking area. And I said, yeah, but just having the sign there saying smoking area designates it as a smoking area.
Yeah.
Because designate means, I wrote this down, to signify or indicate.
Yeah.
Sign is
The sign
in the word.
is already signifying and
Yeah.
or indicating that this is a designated smoking area.
Right.
That's like when people
Kind
say
of bothered me.
That's like when people say ATM machine. Because
Right.
when you say ATM machine, you're saying automatic teller machine.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Right.
It's a very redundant statement. I saw a sign at a restaurant one time that still makes me laugh to this day.
Yeah.
It was at a burrito place in Reno, Nevada, and the sign said, "Please watch your children. We are not responsible." And that's so open to interpretation. Please watch your children
Sounds like a
because
threat.
we can't watch them because we're not responsible enough to watch them. Or maybe it means that we're not responsible for your children, so you need to watch them.
I was thinking it sounds like a threat, like they're going to kidnap your children.
Yeah, we're not responsible.
Like, watch out, we're not responsible people.
Yeah, we're not.
We will take them.
We will not take responsibility when we kidnap your children.
Yeah.
So you need to watch them while they're at this burrito place here.
I'm tempted to make a sign to put next to the designated smoking sign that just says, this is a sign,
Yeah.
to put it right next to it. I don't feel like nobody really seemed as upset as I was about it.
This is a designated sign.
This sign is a designated sign.
This is the designated sign area. This is the area where all the designated signs go.
A sign designates, by virtue of being a sign, it
Yes.
designates whatever it says. So I don't know. I think I might just be losing my mind.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what's happening as I live here alone in this beautiful apartment.
Yeah.
Historic
Beautiful.
home.
Historical.
It's actually an antique
36-month lease.
antiquity.
$840 a month.
Garbage and sewer included.
Landlord, 63 years old. Nice man.
Landlord
Very nice man.
lives on site.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I might just be losing it because little things like that are starting to bother me. Like I was talking about last episode, the could have. People like it's gotten worse, and I'm on Instagram now talking to people I don't even know.
I think the older you get, the more small things will annoy you.
Right.
And I'm getting pretty tired of social media. Let me tell you, the here right now with the thing.
You've had it, huh?
And the what in the hey. Because there's all these arguments going on, man. It's this one side of the argument saying, hey, I can't stand all this virtue signaling. And then the other side of the argument goes, virtue signaling is not even a thing. And then I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Have we reached the point where, like, when you have waves that are bouncing off walls and then they like interact with other waves that are bouncing and they form strange patterns?
They clash.
Aren't we but they interfere with each other in a way that like some parts cancel out and some parts don't.
Yeah. And
then they keep bouncing back and forth. Aren't we at that point now where this echo chamber is so like diluted now and distorted?
Yeah.
That there's really there's no way to make any sense of it.
I think we are at that point. Because we talked about this in the last episode, or maybe a couple of episodes ago, or maybe it was the last episode because we took a week off there.
Yeah, somebody got the Rona.
Yeah, shall remain nameless.
I don't want to point. Yeah, I don't want to point names.
But it's this thing where the waves are clashing,
right?
And it's like nobody. No one's getting through to one another, so it's bouncing right back,
right?
But everybody feels better about themselves after they say their 2 cents as if it's made some sort of difference. And I just want to let you guys know you're not making a difference,
right?
It's not working, guys. You're not doing anything good, so
it's not
just. Remember that.
If you pee in a swimming pool,
it
doesn't make the water clearer.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that, even if you eat and drink really well.
Yeah.
Even if you're hydrated really well.
Yeah, exactly.
It still makes the pool smell bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Smell funny.
Like
it smells like asparagus.
I saw somebody on the internet the other day. Hey, we got to stand up. We got to fight for our rights. It doesn't matter how many times you post that on the internet. They're gonna take your rights. They're just gonna take. They're just gonna take them. They're just gonna snap them right out from under you. You're not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything good about it by saying something about it.
Right.
You just got everybody worked up and nothing happened. That's all that happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cafeteria. Reminds me of like a high school cafeteria where it's just like just a bunch of reverb.
Yeah.
It's like, I have misophonia. I don't really want to have to deal with that level of noise.
Or it's like having really bad sex. Like you're just about to like get there the whole time.
Yeah.
And it just never happens.
Edging?
That's what.
Some people do that on purpose.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to me.
Are they
That's
freaks?
the way social media feels to me.
Yeah.
Like it's about to, you're just chasing the dragon, man.
Right.
You're just shooting the internet into your veins and it's just.
Right.
You're not getting there.
It's kind of a compulsion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Most of the time I open up my phone lately, I look through my Instagram, I immediately go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? What am I accomplishing right now?
Right.
Nothing.
Well, unless you're watching us live right now on Instagram, then you're accomplishing.
Unless you're watching this.
That's probably the most important thing you could do.
This is important.
Yeah.
To watch.
This is the most important thing you could be doing with your time.
Exactly.
Have you ever played solitaire before?
Yes, I have.
I find, speaking of like social media, I found myself being drawn towards these like more meditative forms of entertainment. And,
yes.
I've been playing solitaire a lot on my phone.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if your experiences with this, but I'm like, I feel like I should be better at this because there's nobody to compete with.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only won one game out of 14 that I've played.
So you've lost against yourself.
I've lost many, many games.
14 times.
I lost 13 games. I won my first game yesterday. And I just wonder if that's like...
I think you'll win more with time.
Do you think so?
I have a strategy game that I play on my phone.
Okay.
It's, because it's 2022. I think everybody's got a compulsion to pull out their phone and stare at it.
You got to whip it out sometimes.
I downloaded a game. It's going to give me something to do other than scroll through something that makes me sad. Hopefully we're not making you sad right now.
Yeah.
On your social media. I hope you're feeling good.
Nobody gets sad on social media. So.
But if this is making you sad, then turn it off. Just change it. What are you doing? Come on.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Don't be here and get sad. Don't get angry.
Yeah.
Your anger is misguided.
Don't be mad at us.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that's part 1, I guess.
We're going to brew up some more coffee here. We'll be right back.
Brew up some more coffee.
Check it out.
Check you later. Ooh, and we're back.
We are back.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm glad we took a little break there because it was starting to get serious.
It was getting a little hot.
Yeah.
I was getting toasted.
It's starting to get toasty in here.
You were steaming a little bit. I saw that.
Steaming in the ears.
A little steamy.
Just a little bit worried about the end of the Earth. That's all.
Yeah.
Just worried about our impending doom. Don't mind me.
I think that's a common concern for people these days.
Yeah.
I think that'll be okay.
Yeah. I think we'll be fine.
I'm just like, yeah,
Fine.
I think it's fine.
We got another 30 years. Don't even worry about it.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah. So speaking of Earth and time,
Yes.
I discovered quite a strange new supplement that I've been taking
Yeah.
because I think of myself as kind of like a human guinea pig.
Okay.
I'll just take things and see what happens for the good of humanity.
Yeah.
So I found this thing. I don't know how quite to pronounce it, but I think it's shilajit is how I've heard it said.
Shilajit?
Shilajit.
I think I was calling it shilajit.
Shilajit to quit.
But what I wanted to call was rock sweat.
You called it rock sweat. And
I just feel like that's a more appropriate name.
this substance, it's a black, sticky, tar-like,
Yes.
gooey thing, and it's very odd because it comes from the Himalayan mountains.
Yes.
And where it comes from is rocks. Like
Yeah.
you said rock sweat. It actually
Rock sweat.
It is an exudate, which means it comes out of the rocks.
Yeah, like sweat.
Like you said, like sweat,
Yes.
which is quite strange. Apparently, the theory here is that vegetation, trees, soil, and all kinds of other crap got stuck in the rocks like thousands of years ago, or whatever, when the rock formed, however that happens. And over time, the vegetation has broken down and turned into this goo that's trapped in these rocks. But it was discovered because there were animals that were licking at the rocks and eating this stuff. And so people in that area were like, "Oh, I wonder what that does.
Yeah.
Let's box it up.
Yeah.
Let's take it. Let's put it on Etsy. Let's sell it to people in America.
Oh, I'm in the Himalayas. Let's just grab something we found on the ground and sell it on the internet.
What's that? Yeah, let's crack the rocks open. So they harvest this stuff, this thousands of years old goo, and you mix it in hot water and drink it. And
You drink it.
you drink it.
You drink the rock sweat.
You drink the exudate,
Wow.
which is gross sounding, and you smelled it.
Yeah.
Doesn't smell good.
Does not smell good.
I have been drinking it for about a week now, morning and night,
Okay.
and
Positive effects?
it actually tastes better than it smells. It kind of, when you mix it with water, it kind of smells like an Indian curry or something.
Okay.
Kind of tasty, but it doesn't taste that bad.
It does have a little bit of a zing.
It's
a little bit of spice to
It's
it.
a little bit of a zing. It looks like mud, like a muddy goo water.
Okay.
That's basically what it is, because you're taking thousands of years old goo and putting it in your face.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, what is this supposed to benefit? I mean, is there like a benefit to the nervous system, the endocrine system, or I don't. What is an endocrine system? Can you tell me?
Does anybody know what an endocrine? 2honkspodcast@gmail.com.
Tell us what the endocrine system is, because we don't know.
Does anybody know?
We want to know.
Here's the deal with the shilajit. And I'm just going to read this from a website because
Okay.
I don't recall off the top of my head. It's a 5,000-year-old tradition. So this was a long time ago when people were like, "Oh, let's get this stuff from the rocks and let's put this in my mouth."
So it predates Etsy, then, is what you're saying.
Right. They probably weren't like, "Oh, let's put this on eBay."
Yeah.
Like, but eventually time is really, what is it? You know,
What is time?
yeah, it's like thousands and thousands of years before that, these trees or whatever died and then got trapped in the rocks or something.
Yeah.
And then thousands of years later, somebody was like, and then thousands of years later, Etsy.
Yeah.
And I bought mine on Etsy.
And then
so that's
somebody
where you
else
get
was
it.
like,
Yeah.
Etsy.
Oh, I made this in China.
Yeah. Yeah.
The interesting thing is, I can't actually, there's too much information here about what it does, but there's a lot of studies that say it does a lot of things. But what I will say is it has fulvic acid in it.
Fulvic.
Fulvic acid,
Okay.
which is something that you don't find in a lot of other things.
Okay.
And it has like 20 something vitamins and nutrients in it,
Okay.
which are good for you.
So is it a simpler way to get vitamins and nutrients?
It's a different way
Yeah.
because it's been sitting in rocks for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And that's maybe that's different than your other ones. I don't know.
Maybe that makes it better.
Maybe it's better.
Well, so what's fulvic acid? What's that supposed to? I mean, I've been
Yeah.
feeling low on my fulvic acid lately.
You are not full of it.
That was my wife was saying that to me just the other day. She was saying, "Honey, I think your fulvic acid is low."
Right.
And I was like, "You know what? I think you're right. So maybe I need some of this shilajit, some of this rock sweat."
Some of the shiz.
Yeah.
It says here fulvic acids are from a family of organic acids. Components of the hummus. This is a different kind of hummus. Hummus.
Ooh.
Okay, now I'm going to go on the. Okay, it's humus. Humus.
Humus?
Humus.
Hubris?
Which is for earth or ground, soil, organic matter.
Well, if it's got hubris, does it have humility?
You're not going to be dipping your chips in that.
Because I'm not taking it if it doesn't have any humility.
Hubris.
Yeah.
So fulvic acid is good for you, is what it says. It says that you should put it in your face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't...
So fulvic acid is good for your face.
in your face.
It's
not
good in your
It's
face.
not good for your face. It's good in you. You put it
okay.
in your face.
So if it's on the outside of your face, it's not good.
Okay, this says it improves how our cells use things like antioxidants and electrolytes. So it's become popular for slowing down aging, improving digestive health, and protecting brain
Could this
function.
be a topical treatment?
I don't know if you could rub it on your body.
Yeah. Would it help with my face? Would it help my face be more beautiful?
You could try
Yeah.
to rub it on. It's quite pricey for the amount that you get, though.
How much do you pay for the little?
I bought a small thing of it.
Where's your thing? Where's your thing for the camera?
It's right over there. You want to grab my fulvic acid?
Yeah, fulvic acid. Okay. Let's see here.
I think
Shilajit.
that's
Shilajit.
what is that? 50 grams? That's 100 grams, I believe.
100 grams.
That's 100 grams.
It's labeled as a dietary supplement.
It is. That is in fact.
It's an all natural product sourced from above 12,000 feet.
Yeah, it only grows in the mountains. Or
Ingredients: purified Altai shilajit.
okay.
Store in a dry, dark place at a temperature not exceeding 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. You're about 68 degrees Fahrenheit in here. You're
And
doing
that's
pretty good.
That's about 100 G's, and I paid I think like $40 for that.
$40. Woo!
But you take
hot doggy.
You take about a piece of rice-sized piece
That's
morning and night. So that's a
it's
lot of
dense.
doses.
It's dense. How do you get that in a beverage?
You gotta Jim Jam it out with a.
with a little
I use a little
Jim Jammer.
pop it out.
You pop it out.
Yeah, I think in the summer it will be more
Yeah.
liquidy, like some kind of a flubber.
Yeah.
But yeah, $42 for that. I think that'll last me like 6 months, 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
And we'll see. I mean, I think we're documenting right now how this is going to affect
Yeah.
my mental health and my body. If I'm dead in 6 months from now,
We can blame the Shilajit.
we know for a fact, even if I'm murdered by somebody, that the Shilajit caused it.
Yes.
That is how it works. That's how
Well,
science
I mean,
works.
the Shilajit, it seems like it would put you in harm's way if you misuse it. Maybe it's supposed to be a topical treatment and you're doing it wrong. Maybe you're not supposed to be drinking it because it's supposed to be in your face, right?
I don't know. I mean, this is, again, I willy-nilly just grabbed this late one night.
Just willy-nilly grabbing supplements.
You know when you're on Etsy late at night and you're just looking at Shilajit?
Well, sometimes you quit drinking and then suddenly you're grabbing at straws.
I'm just grabbing it all
You're just
willy-nilly.
trying to find anything to make you feel good.
I just want to put things in me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's kind of, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or not. We'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It was recommended. I saw it actually, ironically, I saw this on an Instagram story from a friend
Oh, okay.
who said it was the only thing they posted that day on their story. And it just said, this is one of Mother Nature's greatest gifts to mankind.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I have to have that
Yeah.
because I only have the finest things
Wow.
that Mother Nature provides.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's great.
I want to...
I'm happy that you found that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if it's actually good or not. I don't know.
We'll see.
I ran across a story that I thought was kind of odd.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We pre-pro'd this.
This
talked
is
about it in the pre-pro.
we talked about it in the pre-pro.
Yep.
This is in Colorado. This is an odd story. It says a cat was reunited with its Colorado family after accidentally being donated to a thrift store along with an old recliner.
Yes.
And I used to live in Denver, so I know this thrift store, the Ark thrift store. It says Animal Protection responded to the Ark thrift store when the employees discovered there was a cat hiding inside the reclining chair that had been donated earlier in the day.
Wow.
So it's like, I mean, how do you think something like that happens? You're at home and you're like, well, you know, where'd Boots go? Have you seen Boots?
They have a really quiet cat, maybe.
Have you seen,
I mean,
yeah. Have you seen
sometimes
Squeaky?
Sometimes people get quiet cats. I mean, no cat that I've ever
Right.
had has been that quiet, but I have met
You met some quiet cats?
quiet cats before. You know?
I haven't seen Whiskers in a while.
Yeah.
I wonder where he went. You think he might have been in that old recliner that we donated?
I mean, that's the last place you'd ever check, right?
That's where they go.
So this cat, it was dropped off at the thrift store, and the thrift store employees were probably putting the stuff in the store, and then they realized there's a cat here.
There's a damn cat in this chair.
Yeah.
They don't sell cats at the thrift store,
Yeah, they don't.
do they?
I think it might be frowned upon if they did. You know, I don't think it's a good environment for a cat.
The cat's name was Montekia.
Montekia.
That's a good name. That's a really good cat name.
Montekia, that's
Montekia.
there's a famous story where the main character is named Montekia.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a episode of South Park where Butters is named Montekia.
Really?
Yeah. They try to tell him his home is here. They say, "Tu casa es aquí, Montekia." It's great.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you probably should.
I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, that's a fascinating tale to come from Denver.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed, circling back to the social media thing, I've started to notice a lot of people using the word legit
Yeah.
on there in the comments. Mm-hmm. What is that about?
It's a buzzword.
Because it used to be lit,
Yeah.
right? That was like 2020.
Lit.
Or was that before that?
Legit.
Now it's legit. That's
Yeah.
legit.
Or like awesome. That's awesome. You know.
Is that coming back?
I mean, I don't think that's coming back. It's just what people used to say. In my day, back in 2011, when I
back.
was cool, when
Way
I was
back,
hip,
yeah.
when I was bopping with the kids.
They'd be like, awesome, dude.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Cowabunga.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say cowabunga too.
Yeah.
Radical, dude. Radical, dude.
Oh,
and then
gnarly.
they do this gnarly.
So that's still cool though, right?
But yeah, now everything's legit. Why does it have to be legit?
Is it that's like a tougher way? Like
That sounds such a harsh word.
legit?
Legit. Why am I legit?
Yeah.
too legit to quit? What if I don't want to be legit?
Legit. That's legit.
What if I'm...
Is it?
Well, is it legit? What
Is
if
it
it's
really?
not? Yeah.
Is it actually legit?
Are you...
Or are you just saying that because you want to phone it in on your comments?
Yeah.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, I think they're phoning it in for the most part when they say the word legit.
Yeah. Is it Brian?
Because most of the time it's not something that's legit, you know?
It's never legit.
Yeah.
And it's never awesome or radical or cool.
Yeah.
Or awesome.
Because nothing is really radical or awesome or cool anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing's legit.
And you're on your phone, like, commenting.
Yeah.
How awesome could it be?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if it's legit, it better be right in front of my face, you know?
Right.
Because then you don't know if it's legit.
Isn't that what legit means?
Yeah.
It's real.
Legitimate. You know?
That's a genuine article.
Yeah.
It's not an apparition on your
This
phone.
is a legitimate story. No, this is a legit story. It doesn't have to be true to be legit,
Right.
but it does have to be true to be legitimate, which is where legit comes from.
Whoa, you just blew my mind a little bit.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I think we're misusing words. I think people like to misuse words now.
That might be what our podcast is about,
Yeah.
actually.
I think it kind of is about that.
Because we've been doing this damn thing for about 44 episodes.
We're telling people how to use words right.
We're teaching the youth
Yeah.
how to talk.
I mean, a lot of people, they aren't ready. They aren't ready for this information.
Right.
You know? I think we might be ahead of our time, even, you know?
Well, I mean, we started this podcast without any idea, and we've done all these episodes without any content at all.
No content whatsoever.
We haven't said anything.
We're almost 50 episodes in, and no content. Nothing. We've said nothing the whole time.
There's no content in what we're saying, but we are teaching people how to talk,
Yes.
even though we don't say anything of value.
Exactly.
Because I think words are important, you know?
Yeah.
I think we need to know how to talk to each other, because if we don't, then the things that if we ever did have something to say, which we don't,
Yes.
if we ever did, we would know how to communicate that.
Exactly.
Like if we ever had some content to put in this podcast, which we haven't yet.
No.
But if we ever did, we would know how to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
We could actually share that with somebody.
Exactly. We would have the right words to use to form the sentences to tell the people the things that are so important.
If we had something
Yes.
to say.
Exactly.
Right. But I think for now, I think what we can do is just criticize other people.
That's the most important part, is
'Cause
criticizing others.
That's constructive for us.
That is, that's a hallmark of our culture these days.
Right.
That's the way things are materializing, is we
That's what's hip now.
judge each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what's legit.
Judgment, arguing, and criticism, harsh criticism at that.
Right.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with language and like the way people talk. Context, grammar.
Yes.
You know, these are things that they're so nitpicky that nobody's going to focus on them if we don't do it.
Exactly.
So we have to take these asinine, totally pointless topics and just go over them and over them and over them and over them.
Yeah.
Episode after episode after episode, hour after hour. I can imagine doing this podcast for another, 500 episodes.
Exactly.
And
the way we build what we put into these podcasts, the well is bottomless.
Yeah.
The well is bottomless. What did our friend ask us the other day? Hey, what are you ever going to do something with your podcast, or are you
Right.
are you just kind of spinning your wheels? We're not spinning anything.
Right.
We're not sitting idle.
Right.
We're accomplishing we're moving forward in American culture, in American language.
Right.
We're teaching people how to love.
Right.
We're teaching people how to speak. We're teaching people how to stop taking themselves so damn seriously all the
Right.
time. Can we stop being so damn serious, guys?
Yeah. Can we just not?
Can we not?
Can we not do that?
Can we not do that, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're coming to the end of this episode, and Two Honks podcast, we just want to give you the same message we give you every week. All your friends are gaslighting you. Everybody else is toxic. You're not toxic. You're not doing anything wrong. Everybody else is wrong.
Yeah, you're fine.
Your childhood trauma doesn't mean anything. Everybody else's childhood trauma is something that they need to work through, and it's not your responsibility because you're fine. You're perfect. You're okay.
It's fine.
Don't seek mental help because you're fine.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. twohonkspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send us a word and maybe check it first because we won't respond if there's grammar issues.
Yeah, we won't.
We just don't have time.
Yeah, exactly.
We just don't have time.
Tell us about your life.
Tell us about your life and stop sending pictures of your poop.
Stop
if we get
sending
one
pictures
more
of your poop.
picture of poop,
We're so tired of it.
we're adults.
We're so tired of it.
We're adult human beings.
Can't do it anymore.